All right, every parent full of advice when it comes to money, and it's important to get your kids off on the right foot. Finance expert joining me now with great tips for helping your kids get a handle on money. David Lester, thanks for being back with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay, you call this being a Devo dollar dad, and I have to tell you, when I first read this, I thought you meant Il Devo, which my husband would love, but Devo is actually the male version of diva.
That's right, that's right. So
taught me something new already.
So yeah, and my dad was really great at teaching me the value of money and letting me play with money and understand it. And so I think every dad should. And so it being Father's Day, it's a great time to talk about how each dad can be great with their kids.
Let's talk about the 5 steps. And first up, you say it's important to build a safety net now.
That's right. So every expert says that you should have like 3 to 6 months saved away for a rainy day. And having that in a high-interest savings account that's not attached to your card, so you can't dip in and, you know, get whatever with it, having that just saved away will just emote a good feeling of security for the family, and everyone will enjoy that.
That you're providing.
Exactly.
Next is to contribute to your kids' RESPs.
That's right. And starting really soon, you can get a kid's SIN number really cool, like right when they're born.
My kids got them when they were born, yeah.
Amazing. And then even contributing as little as like $50 a pay over 18 years, and depending on what the market does and how it invests, will be a great investment for kids. So they can actually, at a 6% return, have around $50,000 when it's time to go to university when they're 18.
Your third tip sounds simple enough. You say you have to talk to your kids about money, but I sometimes say that finances are like what the sex talk used to be. That, you know that it's out there, but parents don't want to have that conversation with their kids. Why not?
I know, it's really strange. And I think that's why we really want to play with money, like have a garage sale, let them do the float, be able to count. Take them to the bank with you. Even with going back to the RESPs, if you go back, you can take your kid with you and have them look at their mutual funds, see what they're invested in, talk to the banker. Don't keep it a strange, kind of weird, dark place. Open it up to them and talk to them about money freely. I think the worst thing for a belief system is when you just hear people whispering, your parents whispering around money, or they're always fighting around money. They'll take that negative association with it. So make sure it's open, make sure it's a positive conversation, and really let them see that it's not a weird thing. It's like the farm. Everyone knows where milk and eggs should come from, right? So it's like the bank and money should be the same way.
Where did this idea come from that it was, sort of dirty or forbidden to talk about money and finances?
Yeah, I think it's been a long process that just a negative association with money, and you don't want to be too arrogant around it, or there's also been a negative association where some people have it and some people don't.
Right, there's not enough of it, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And so even as adults, we don't really, no one knows, my friends don't know how much I make, I don't know how much they make. So there's always this weirdness around it, and I think that should change, and it will really help pay off with your kid if they're open to it and they're able to chat about it freely. I
love this next one. Teach them how to invest and how the stock market works. I have friends who do this and they say it's like a game and the kids love it.
Totally. Every iPhone or every phone has a little stock tracker. So you can even buy one share. It doesn't have to be a lot of money. Something that they use, and they'll understand the whole process of the stock market and how things work. Get them a share of Apple, get them a share of Microsoft if they're at Microsoft, or Mattel, or Wonder Woman just came out. So if you even watch, you see Time Warner owns DC Comics. So you'll see that Wonder Woman's doing really well right now, and their shares will go up. And so your kid will have an association with something they understand, and everyone wants to see Wonder Woman. There's this huge lineup, and then they'll see that the share that's associated with it is going up. Or Marvel's owned by Disney. And sometimes the shares like Disney have a dividend. So if they have a couple shares, you'll see each year money will be paid into their account, and they'll really get the association with owning stocks and understanding it and seeing how the life around them is reflected right back into their stock portfolio.
I love that idea. Finally, you say keep the conversation positive.
That's right. So this is a big thing. We were going back to whispering about money, or
they hear your parents fighting about money.
Exactly. And you don't want to have their first lessons around money being a fight or whispering, or it's some weird thing that no one wants to chat about. So I think it's important just to take them to the bank again, let them play money. My dad used to set up a card table, and I used to play banker, and I would take the coins. Every dad has a big pile of coins on their dresser, and I would roll it, and I would play banker, and I always had that. And look at me now, yeah, I'm on TV talking about money. So there's always a really, I started with a positive association with money thanks to my dad and my parents, and I think that every kid should do the same thing.
Listen, I got 3 kids who are coming up on 10 years old. You can babysit for me anytime.
Totally, we'll play banker. It's gonna be great.
David Lester, thanks so much. Always good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.